If you were once a patient at HRC Medical, you could soon be getting some money.
The Nashville-based hormone replacement clinic was shut down more than a dozen years ago after it was sued by the Tennessee Attorney General's office on behalf of consumers. Now, all of these years later, the AG's office has collected money from the former owners that now will go to the former patients.
Of course, this all began after News Channel 5 Investigates exposed how patients were receiving way more hormones than they were supposed to. Our investigative reporter Jennifer Krause shares this important update.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dan Hale with HRC.
If you've been in Nashville a while, you probably remember these commercials for HRC Medical.
I feel better. My skin is a whole lot better.
And how they promised their hormone replacement therapies, which involved implanting a series of hormone-filled pellets.
It's just a wonderful thing.
Could fix a whole host of health problems, regardless of whether you were a man or a woman.
Because there's nothing to lose.
But back in 2011, patients told us how they were experiencing all sorts of health issues.
I was losing hair like there was no tomorrow.
Because of HRC's therapies.
My voice is deeper, and now I have, hair, stubble on my chin, my upper lip, the sides of my faces.
It turned out many patients were not just getting hormone therapy, they were getting too much of it.
I mean, he said even by their own laboratory standards, you've been severely overdosed with testosterone.
The doctors made a significant amount of money. The company made a significant amount of money. What consumers are getting is a piece of that.
Now Tennessee's Attorney General says former patients are eligible for compensation. After our initial reporting, the Tennessee Attorney General's office sued HRC Medical, alleging the company and its employees were deceptive in their advertising and claims of what their bioidentical hormone replacement therapy could do, and that they'd misled consumers about the safety and effectiveness of these treatments. 5 years later, in 2017, the court ordered HRC and its founders, Dr. Dan Hale and his brother Don, to pay $18 million to consumers who were harmed.
They fought every step of the way.
Attorney General Jonathan Skrmetti, who is now the third Tennessee AG to oversee this case, says the Hale brothers have had the case tied up in court for the last 8 years, even declaring bankruptcy to get the judgment reduced from $18 million down to a little under $2 million, which breaks down to just $2,250 for each former patient.
Given the harms that some of these people encountered as a result of the misleading advertising that they were lured in by, it doesn't seem like it's enough, but it is the best that we can do, and we have worked really, really hard to get to this point.
So I never should have been a patient of HRC.
Tina Wiggs was an undercover officer with the Metro Police Department when we first talked with her in 2011.
They had basically overdosed me on testosterone.
This is Wiggs today.
And I'm sorry that I'm emotional, but it's been 15 years and I'm still suffering from consequences of using their product.
By law, the state could only sue HRC for violating consumer protection laws, not medical malpractice. So the money going to patients like Wiggs is only to refund what they paid for treatment.
It's disheartening.
But Wiggs believes the Hales should be paying more, much more, especially after seeing how two former HRC principals, Don Hale and his wife Dixie, have been living.
Football games, traveling, fancy dinners.
In photos they've posted on Facebook.
For them to basically turn around and say, here's a refund, and not acknowledge the pain, the suffering, the chronic pain in the hips, things like that. It's a slap in the face to consumers.
It doesn't seem like enough, but we have eked out every dollar we can from these defendants.
The AG's office has sent letters out like this to more than 8,000 people who were HRC patients back in 2012 at the Nashville, Knoxville, and Memphis locations. It explains how you can file a claim for your money. Of course, people may have moved since then, so if you were a patient and you did not get one of these, you can go to the special website that's been set up, HRCrestitutionfund.com, or you can call 833-419-4862. We'll have that information posted on our website and app. And keep in mind, claims must be submitted by August 30th. Jennifer Krause, News Channel 5 Investigates.